Well, after 19 years, it's time to say goodbye to the old Pathfinder. So I'm just on my way over now to pick up the Triton. It's been about just over 3 weeks in the making, getting finance organised and all that sort of stuff. Pretty difficult time of year, and with the coronavirus situation, it was a bit of a difficult process to get finance, but I've done it. And pretty excited to get a new car, although mixed feelings about getting rid of the old Pathfinder. She's been a really good servant for the last 19 years, and going to be a little bit sad to see her go. But super excited to get a new truck, and that's going to allow me to get out to some new places. Haven't really been able to really trust this car now for the last probably 5 years or so, going out to some more remote locations and long distance travel. It's done 300,000 Ks, so it's at that age where things are likely to break down, and some serious and expensive repairs could be in order. So I better get going, go and pick up this Triton, and I will check in with you once I've picked it up. So this Pathfinder really has been an amazing car for the last 19 years. It's given me zero problems, apart from the normal wear and tear and regular servicing. It really hasn't had any issues whatsoever, and it still keeps going really well. But I just feel that it's only a matter of time now before she has something major happen, and it's going to cost a lot of money to repair. So now is the time to get a new vehicle. I wouldn't say I've done any real serious hardcore four-wheel driving with this, but it's taken me everywhere I've needed to go, and it's stock. I haven't done anything to it. It's done the trip up to Cairns a number of times, and I've driven from Cairns to Cooktown through the Daintree. I can't remember the name of that track there, but there's a number of water crossings through there. I've done outback New South Wales with it on some pretty heavy corrugations out to areas like Lake Mungo and Broken Hill and Silverton, around those areas. It did a pretty good job there. And of course quite a bit of beach work up around Bribie Island and Noosa North Shore, places like that. It's done those trips a number of times. Basically all I want is something that's going to take me to the destinations I want to get to, and if those destinations require a bit more of a difficult trek to get there, something a little bit more off-road, then I need a vehicle that's going to get me there. Alright, here we are. Time to do the deal. So I'm in the Triton. Amazing. So weird driving a different car. I mean, I've driven high cars and stuff before, but knowing that I'm never going to get back in that Pathfinder again is pretty odd. Anyway, I'm going to drive back to the studio now and just familiarise myself with this vehicle. And then tomorrow I'm going to take it for a good test drive. So here we go. Ooh, better adjust my mirror. All right, good to go. So why Triton? Well, my initial thoughts was to get another four-wheel drive wagon, so it'd be something similar to my Pathfinder, and I had decided that the Mitsubishi Pajero Sport was the way to go. And then when I started thinking a bit more about it, about what I wanted to do with the car, and that is basically, oh, there's been a little fender bender in front of me. Yeah, where was I? So I decided, something a bit more practical would be a dual cab ute, because I wanted to fit it out for some camping and touring. And obviously a dual cab ute is going to be a little bit more flexible in that regard than compared to a wagon. And then specifically why Triton over any other dual cab ute that's on the market at the moment, really it just comes down to value for money. The Triton, for the specs you get, is really good value for money. It's a capable four-wheel drive, may not be the most amazing off-road, but I'm not looking at doing some severely hardcore tracks anyway. Mostly, corrugations and sand, a little bit of, obviously gravel and some rocky areas, but I'm not going to go searching for super hardcore tracks. So I ended up with this 2017 Exceed model. So the Exceed has the rear diff lock, which I thought may come in handy at some point. Also, all the other mod cons basically. Cruise control, reverse camera, Apple CarPlay, these are all things that I wanted that I haven't had for the last 19 years. Well, of course, some of those things didn't exist 19 years ago, but nowadays, I wanted the best spec that I could afford, basically, that's going to last me for a number of years going forward. So one thing's for sure, it's certainly a lot quieter than my Pathfinder in terms of road noise, which may sound a bit strange, but going from a wagon to a ute. But the Pathfinder was starting to get lots of squeaks and rattles due to its age, so a little bit more engine noise perhaps with the Triton that I could notice so far, being diesel compared to the petrol in the Pathfinder, but really it's pretty good so far. Obviously I haven't taken it up to highway speeds yet, so that's something I'll do this afternoon. One of the other features of the Triton over some of the others that I really wanted was the ability to run in full-time four-wheel drive on hard surfaces. The Exceed with its Super Select 2 four-wheel drive system allows you to do that. So highway driving in rain, that's sort of what I'll run it on. Otherwise in nice sunny conditions with a dry track, two-wheel drive is going to be fine. Leather seats in the Exceed model, that's something that I didn't really care too much about. I'm going to end up probably putting some neoprene seat covers on these seats anyway, just to protect the leather. But yes, pretty comfy, although obviously a long haul is going to really test out just how comfy they are. One thing's for sure, I can't wait to get this thing out of the traffic and into the bush and really give it a test run.